Welcome to Spirit River Podcast here today from cloudy, beautiful Lewis River. I just left and went to Ashland, Oregon, and we came back, and apparently there was a big thunderstorm and lightning and rain, and our cats were outside, and we found out that there were all kinds of things going on for a few hours in the other neck of the woods. But we were in Ashland where it was 90 degrees and swimming in pools and wonderful weather. So it's nice to be back in a little bit of an overcast and lighter energy. What do you think, Trisha? It's there was a little bit of a cleansing going on.
Yes, very nice. It was perfect for this week because I think everybody got a chance to go inward. And with the new moon, I think it was on Tuesday, the energy of moving inward to really seed that what you want to be blooming in yourself in the future was perfect.
Well, I sure like the cooler weather. I'm not really that excited
Mm.
when it gets into the 90s.
I love that. The sun. Like my hardest thing here, I get sad, seasonal deficit during the winter because of the light outside. It's just not there. Where did it go? And so the sun has been magical, but the heat has been overwhelming.
Yeah.
The
Well, today I thought we could ask Archangel Raphael about fear, FEAR. So many people are experiencing fear, fear of not having enough, fear of losing a relationship, fear of what's going on with politics, fear of the war, fear of you name it. It's the primary emotion of the ego is fear. So if you can tune into your fear, you can very quickly figure out that it's not real and that it's
Mhm.
just a program. And so I teach emotional processing work with people uh, to tune into this primary emotion we call fear, to get to the bottom of it. It has a layer of abandonment, a layer of rage, anger, attachment, sadness, grief. And so I would love to hear from Archangel Raphael, if you would please, and give us some insights. Thank you.
Dear ones, fear is part of your mind programming, yes, through the gift or the mechanism of duality. For fear makes you question unknowns. When you're in fear, fear is about the unknowns of today and tomorrow. This fear is real. It is an energetic movement that brings you into the great gift of going inward and finding for fear is finding the what evidence appears real and what evidence are those that are illuminating a false reality for you. Questioning fear, as you said, allows you to understand that you are the the source of oneness and trust within you. And going in and seeing false evidence that's around you helps you to breathe deeper. For when you are in fear, you try to run ahead of the situation And in that running ahead of the questions of I don't have enough money. So now I have to figure out how to get money. You lose the anchor of your truth of being one in a vibration of money to receive. And so always fear is part of you, but another part of you is your faith. And finding the placement where your faith always steers you in the highest movement, so to speak. Some people have minds that are just incredible. And so when they're in fear, if they write something down, their mind can sift through their truth and let go of the false evidence. Some people are the heart people, and their heart, when sitting with fear, can find where it is the false evidence and bring the faith strong to movement. Some feel, right, that they're empaths, they feel. But the body, your body, is a true barometer of you. And if you are a failure, a person who feels, this gift helps you to feel the truth when you speak it out loud. I don't have enough money. Your body will tell you a yes or a no. For your body, then it's your barometer. Always with fear, it is representing places of emotional coding that has been part of a story, probably through your lineage and past lives. And this story is remembered differently each time you say it. And so recognize that your fear is real, and it's also part of a inner process of using your faith tools of faith, your mind, your heart, and your body to in, intuitively move through that fear with the truth of oneness that you hold.
So what message would Archangel Raphael give to someone who has been diagnosed with cancer, for example, and then knows that there is healing that can take place. That person knows it, but then falls into fear in the middle of the night, you know, when suddenly those thoughts come up and you get woken up at 1 or 2 in the morning and you lie there for an hour in fear, paralyzed by fear.
Right. In that moment, you are holding the vastness of truly billions of unknowns within your truth of your healing process in this diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So many of those, and so when you are there in that space, know that heaviness of unknown possibilities are raining through your mind and causing your body to have maybe a panic attack.
Mhm.
when that happens, the breath work is incredible to kind of allow your body to become aware of many billions of possibilities of the way this journey with your illness can be. What are your true probabilities? What are the branches of this road, this of healing, and that you really, do face because you face many places of walking to make huge decisions. Should I take this drug or not? Should I believe this doctor or not? And write down always a journal at points of huge fear like this is wonderful to hold within the space of acknowledging it's too big for you, right? This is too big. And yet, because it's focused on you, you will be a huge participant in this unknown journey.
Mhm.
And since you are the participant, writing down the branches, I can do nothing and just let it be. I can go alternative and uncover and do deep dives into the incredible healings that offers. I can do Western medicine, Eastern, there's many, right? And as you write that down, start giving yourself honest permission to write how, if you see yourself in these paths, what it really looks like, what are the benefits of that
Mhm.
choice or not.
Mhm.
For you will find the path you came to walk as you go through this mechanism. For fear is evidence that is so big that you need to break it into these particles of delicious understanding so that then you can take that on. And usually, when you finally say, this is my path, or maybe two of these are my path, you will get signs you are on the right path as you put more faith into that journey.
Mhm. Yeah, I've heard of so many accounts, so many stories of people uh, due to a diagnosis which spiraled them down into this fear-based reality. They became more enlightened and more
Mhm.
awake and more present in this world and with themselves. So it can be a great tool.
It really can. And the greatest tool when you kind of look fear in its face, so to speak, you give yourself the authorship of your story again
Mhm.
and not the fear that was currently writing your story.
Well, it's in my billionaire series, which is a hero's journey. My character Derek Stryker is diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And, and he has to, I don't know if you had a chance to read it yet or not, but he has to, his buddy from prep school takes him to a secret society that promises him that if he gives them his wealth, which is a lot, he's a billionaire, and if he gives his wealth to them, then he would come back in his next life rich. And then he dies, he goes into the afterlife, and meets his guide Michael, and Michael takes him through a life review, and then he realizes that he really wants to be a beggar in Calcutta. And, and, and then because he was not a very good person in this life, and he has to see it all and feel it all, and then feel the emotions of the people that he hurts and so forth. And then he says, "Well, good, just break my leg, stab my eyes out, and have me born in Calcutta." And then Michael says, "Sorry, but you signed the contract, so you have to come back rich." And that's when he becomes Eli Evans in Brownsville, Oregon, to a hippie family and a musician. So yeah, so I took the twist of the fear is temporary. That fear
Yeah,
is temporary. It's not real. Evidence appearing real. It is
right.
not real. And if we could always remember that when we're in the fear, but why is it so hard that when we're in the fear that we can't remember any of it? We just sort of zone out. I mean, we check out, Trisha.
Be- Um, Raphael is saying because you secrete
Hmm.
hormones, endorphins that take over your whole body, and that is your fight flight system.
Hmm.
And
From when
that
we were
when
hunted, when we were
Mhm,
hunted by lions and such.
exactly.
Hmm.
And that feeling of being protected and you will persevere makes that fear system become your friend, right? Because it's saying,
Hmm.
oh, I got you, you feel me. And then as you walk with that, you realize that the fear is actually causing more harm to you and your physical system, for nobody should exist full time in those and the chemistry of endorphins and all of that,
Hmm.
because you will burn your whole body up energetically if you're in that, the cortisone, the all the different minerals that your body needs, and then you will definitely have a then have a harder situation if you in that place with fear. It takes over.
And that brings me to my parents, who both were born in 1938 at the onset of World War II. And for the first 7 years of their lives, they were in bomb shelters. So their nervous systems were compromised. And
Yes.
that played out in their lives later, that I noticed that they had a very short fuse and thread.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm. Wow.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. And so now, all these kids that are in Gaza or wherever, Iran, wherever there was going on the planet, this is really an issue. This is really, really a big problem.
And even in places we hold safe, there are subtle mechanisms of fear that once you say, that's what's writing my story, then you become compromised. So, like a subtle fear of, I am I am in a partnership, but my partner will leave me any day. That I just, that then if that through that fear, it writes your story of then how to maybe manipulate or offer yourself that's not your truth,
Mhm.
because you might want to just be in a relationship as a very strong story for your family in your neighborhood, And so these fears, they all hold a high grain of importance, no matter if they're a subtle fear or a big fear.
Mm-hmm.
But once you agree they are your true authorship, you're writing your life, then like you're saying, all of a sudden,
So how does one come out? Like if someone's in fear in this loop in the matrix, what advice would one give to help people get out of that fear-based reality? Like what can they do? Like an immediate tool that one could use? Is it breath work? Is it going for a walk outside? Is it putting your feet in the river? What could one do?
breath work is the first source of regulating your core essence of you. For when you breathe, you're bringing in a direct line from the heavens to the stable of Mother Earth. And through that aligns all the energy back into balance within your body.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so if you breathe and just put your tongue to the top of your mouth and hold that and let it out, when your tongue touches the roof of your mouth, you open all your chakras to receive. And so now you breathe and hold that and let it out, opened your chakras to receive energy of balance.
Beautiful. All right. So breath work is a big key. There are so many videos online where people can learn how to do breath work. We do some of that in our Reiki classes with emotional processing if you're
Mm.
interested to learn. Trisha has many classes which will be listed in the YouTube as well. And in the future, we'll be teaching together some of these workshops, which is coming up here very shortly. Say yes.
I adore being and playing with you in all of this. So I'm in, yes.
I think that's coming. It's around the corner, and helping people come out of fear and come out of these
Mhm.
programs that no longer serve us, especially with what's happening on the planet. We're moving into the photon belt. We're already in the photon belt with
I
one foot
mean,
in another dimension. My guru spoke of that 40 years ago, that we already had a foot in the other dimension and that the golden light is just around, the golden age is around the corner. We'll be in it for 1,000 years. Let's get ready. Beam me up, Scotty. That's all I have.
amen. I'm with you, girl. I'll hung it. We'll beam up together. I'm in.
I'm so excited. Uh, Trisha, thank you. Archangel
You're
Raphael,
welcome.
thank you
Thank you.
so much. I adore our conversations. Oh,
I
and
love
thank you
where
to
they
my
go. We
and thank
never know
we never know what comes up. We never
what
know.
comes up. My second husband, at on Thanksgiving, had told me he comes home and he says, I have written up divorce papers, and if you don't behave, I'm gonna serve them to you. And I was like, I said, well, you already served them to me because energetically, you've already shut the door on our marriage. And well, trying to have me under his thumb. And so my dad was dying of cancer, so I went and drove him around. And I was telling him the story, and he goes, you have a lawyer. Call your lawyer to get your papers served to you. He said, why not? Why not just say, can you serve those papers? I'm ready to leave.
Oh my goodness. And I'm sure there are so many women, that are going through this right now.
Hmm.
We are being called to stand in our truth and light.
True. Yeah. And so in doing so, right, no matter, it impresses me that all of a sudden I understand how I got gaslighted through something. And I'm like, whoa, like I really believed that crap for a while. Do you know what I mean? And then
And
I'm
you
like,
did. You
geez,
did.
geez, and I'm here and it's cool. It's just crazy what because we are in this energy. We just, okay, I
I
believe.
believe, I believe. I mean, my mother was in an unhappy marriage. My dad was in they were both in an unhappy marriage.
Mm,
Either both of them would have been better off not, to sort of walk their own path. And my mom used to say, "You don't understand, I can't leave." Like I was 5 years old, I told my mother to leave. 5 years old. I told her that so often, like at least once a month, mommy, leave. She was running the house, she was running the business, she was running everything, everything.
mm,
And she couldn't leave because she was afraid to be alone. Mm,
right.
yeah.
The unknown
That,
of the future is scary.
yeah, it is. And then instead she died at age 39. Mm,
See,
mm,
isn't it a crazy world?
mhm. Well, we're here.
I know. I'm in all the way. Like, I'm gonna forever do this. So it's not. Have
Well,
fun.
thank you, everyone, for
You're
joining us
welcome.
this Friday morning. And Trisha, thank you for being here, Archangel Raphael, again. And to my audience, let's get together next week and have a
Yay.
wonderful weekend. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.